Howdy ho, my peeps. It is a beautiful snow day a few miles up above where we live. We didn't have snow last night, but this area, which is the town of Auberry, if you can call it a town, well, it has a grocery store, so maybe it's a town. Anyhow, they did have a little snow last night. It's raining now, so it's melted most of it off. Yeah, we thought it might be fun. See, look, there's the market, Ponderosa Market. Okay, and a place to get your car fixed. So I'd say that makes it a town. And a defunct school that hasn't seen students in how many years, Grant?
At least 20 years.
Well, yeah, maybe. I don't think it's been 20 years.
Oh yeah, I think it's been closed as long as I've been back.
Maybe it has been. So anyhow, God, you get old and 20 years seems like the bat of an eye. Anyhow, so we decided to take a little drive. On the way back, I want to stop somewhere, anywhere that I can get coffee, maybe even just the Shell station and get some coffee. And then I'm going to go home and clean my back porch. We're actually going to be heading up toward the driveway of a friend's place, and then we're going to go back down. What did you say you need to get? Your Leatherman?
Yeah, it's in his truck up here.
Okay, does he know you're on your way?
No.
Just showing up's never a good idea.
It's not a problem.
Actually, the driveway's in pretty good shape.
Yeah. Branding's on it.
Yeah, not too bad. Try to act like a gimbal. God, what a boring video. Look, I'm driving up a driveway with a little bit of snow. Whoop-de-doo. Well, I'll tell you, there's been very little whoop-de-doo in my life this past week. I've been feeling like I've been trying to get a cold, and just a little under the weather all week. Haven't wanted to do much. I have done some things. I've kept my kitchen clean, and I have done some cooking, and I just dropped some stuff off at my son's place because we always have more food than we can really use. And so, okay. And so, yeah, so I'm heading back down for coffee. Well, I think we just had a little snow flurry. A combination of snow and hail. That's sleet, right? Now it looks like we're going just back into rain. Oh, no, here comes something else. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Let me get your door for you, sweet. Oh, okay.
We're going up to the neighbors to take a look at the creek. So, yeah, this was a surprise. Grant agrees that this is probably sleet and hail with a few little snowflakes mixed in. You want to hit the windshield, honey, so I can see better outside? Yeah, that's cool. March is a very strange time in California. It truly does that in like a lion out like a lamb thing. Although we had some lamb weather in February, so we're actually starting March with a little bit more craziness. And so what we're doing is we're working our way down to the neighbor's property. Yeah.
Waterfall back up in there, but I don't know. We can see it right here, though.
Yeah, that's good. Let me just get out. I'll get out. I'll get out and get a little wet.
Because if you can peek up.
Sure, I can see that. So yeah, this is the neighbor's creek. This bridge crossing here has washed out before. So yeah, the Corps of Engineers came in and designed it for him after it washed out the last time. But you can see and hear the waterfall. That's just so beautiful. I love it when that thing really starts to roar. Now it's not roaring now. Not roaring now, but if we get lots and lots and lots of rain, it will roar and just come down there like a torrent. Then, you know, come up towards the top of the driveway too. So it's real exciting. There's a little where. Okay. Okay. You can see it down there too. I get so excited when I see water because this is California, Central California, right up from a huge natural desert, the San Joaquin Valley. And okay, sweetie, we can get the hell out of Dodge. Dang, I'm wet just from going from the car and back into the house. Shoot, I love this weather because this is what it does to my hair. It gives what's left of it a little bit of body, so that's cool. Oh, I want to show you my new glasses. Okay, okay, you guys are over there. They're a little bit foggy. Our house has condensation on the inside. Grant's going to get a fire started. Anyhow, I got these from Zenni Optical online. Zenni, I think it's zennioptical.com. You know what? I'm going to link it. $15, including shipping. I bought 2 pair. I bought this pair and another pair just like it, only with a different color. It was like in purples. I loved these because of the name. The color is called Sea, and I thought that's perfect. That I love stuff that has to do with the sea, so I just loved these glasses. Anyway, so I bought them. Normally I use the cheap dollar store readers, and they work just fine. But I have an astigmatism, so one eye's a little blurrier, and it's just bothered me forever. So, because eye care is covered 100% on my Medicare insurance, and who knows how much longer it will be, so I rushed down and I got my prescription checked and a new prescription, so I ordered 2 pair of these readers. I really, really like them. It's such a relief to be looking at something and not notice the blurriness from one eye. I mean, I could read it, but it was blurry. And that was very annoying. So anyhow, that's been an upgrade in my life for almost no money at all. Oh, let me show you what else I've been doing. This is batch number 2 because batch number 1 was awful. But I have been trying to make donuts. Gluten-free, sugar-free donuts. And this is a cake donut that I used a silicone donut mold for. And I'm getting there. I'm not going to say that it's as close to the real thing as it could be, but it's a lot closer than the first batch. And my mistake with the first batch was to use coconut flour. The recipe called for a little bit of coconut flour in addition to almond flour. And some people just can't stand the taste of coconut flour. I'm one of those people. I don't think it bothers everybody, but it really bugs me. Coconut anything bugs me. I just don't like the taste of coconut. So the second batch I substituted the King Arthur flour, gluten-free flour. So I'm going to give this a taste and see if I can explain it to you. All right. Well, let's talk about the cake part first. The cake is extremely inoffensive. And when you're doing all this carb substitution stuff, inoffensive that's a win. so it is It's flavorful because I did use some artificial flavors. I used the cake batter flavor from McCormick or whoever it is makes it. And of course, vanilla. I used real vanilla. And yeah, so those were the two flavorings. I think I put a little bit of cinnamon, and I think the next time around I'm going to put a little bit of lemon in it as well. I think that would jazz it up, give it a little bit more of a statement. It is vanilla, bland, doesn't have a weird aftertaste. It's not super sweet, but it's sweet enough. Now let's talk about the frosting. I really went off the reservation when I made this frosting. Very much off of the recipe. Okay, so it's a whipped chocolate frosting. And what I did, instead of just putting powdered sweetener, melted butter, and vanilla together, and that's all it called for. Plus for the chocolate, you add a tablespoon of chocolate powder, cocoa powder. I did all of that, but I also added 3 drops of caramel flavoring, and a half a cup of milk chocolate chips that I melted in the microwave and then beat into the frosting ingredients. So that was an addition. Oh, and the other thing I did, I added instant coffee crystals, about a teaspoon and a half, into a tablespoon, about 3 tablespoons, I guess, of heavy whipping cream. So I mixed that until the crystals were almost dissolved, added that to the whole mess, and just beat the heck out of it for a couple of minutes. And it has provided a creamy frosting that holds its shape. It has the richness of the coffee, which almost always enhances chocolate frosting or chocolate cake. Its flavor is complex. The only problem is that artificial sweeteners often have an aftertaste or a top or a middle flavor. I mean, they've got a flavor profile that's different than sugar. You immediately taste the chocolate and the slight coffee, so that's a good top flavor. There is no weird middle flavor. But the aftertaste is not a sweet aftertaste. It's, I'm going to say, almost borders on bitter, but it isn't really bitter. It's hard to explain. It's not a very, it's not a big flavor. It's not a big aftertaste. And I imagine that if I were eating this while drinking a cup of coffee, I wouldn't even notice that. But in comparison to sugar, it does have a different aftertaste. Now, it's not an awful aftertaste like erythritol. It has that very cooling sort of effect in its aftertaste that lasts for a long time, and it's annoying. This is not that. So what am I going to do next? Well, it's a good question. I'm not sure. Oh, I know. I'm going to add lemon to the cake batter. I'm going to do that. Or the, donut batter. And honestly, about the only thing that I haven't added to the frosting is monk fruit. I don't know if the monk fruit would give a different finish than the stevia does, because I used a allulose and stevia combination. So I would say I'm shooting about a 92% on this one, up from the 64 that I was shooting on the first batch. That's, in my opinion, is inedible. Now, it's probably just my taste buds, because I watched the video about how to do this. I should link that below. And a lot of the comments were about enjoying it and liking the flavor profile. But I'm weird, and I know that I really have to remember what I like and what I don't like. So I'm very happy with my tweaks on this thing. If you don't watch this channel, I think it's called Cooking with Dave, you ought to. The guy's hilarious. He's not he's ADHD. He is not a professional cook by a long shot. He's barely a domestic cook, but he's funny and he's earnest, and he gets in there and he tells you all the stuff he's doing and if it works and if it doesn't doesn't edit out, mistakes and things. If he forgets an ingredient, he'll let you know. So he's a delight, just an absolute delight to watch. So if you haven't discovered his channel yet, you might want to take a look and take a peek at the video that inspired what I just did. I'm not giving you a DIY on these donuts unless you want me to. I mean, if you want me to do my own video that shows you what I substituted, I'll be happy to do that, but just let me know. So I'm feeling inexplicably better than I have been for the whole past week. This past week I was feeling under the weather, just not up to speed, and a lot of it probably has to do with the weather changing. When we're in between storms and we've got this weird, it's not a high pressure system, it's not a low pressure system, it's just this constant murky, lukewarm weather. I really react to that. Do you guys react to that? Are you happier when it's high pressure summertime, or low pressure rain and snow, or somewhere in between? For me, it's all about the low pressure. My dad was the same way. Loved a rainy day. He always felt really, really good during the rainy season. So now that we're in the storm, I'm feeling a lot better. My muscle pain, arthritis feelings, all of that's been has evaporated quite a bit. So yeah, my mental state's better. I just feel better. So that's about all I have to say. This is just a little weather video. I wanted to tell you something else. You guys, most of you who watch me know that I do a writing workshop with a dear friend of mine from high school, Rachel. Once a week, we get on the phone and we read whatever we had written during the week before. We don't have an assignment. It's just write anything you want. It could be poetry, it could be an essay, it could be part of a story that you're writing, whatever. And what I have been concentrating on lately are my memoir essays about my girlhood days. And it's fun to write and write those and to share them with somebody who was with me during at least half of those days. So we have a collective memory of the places, the people, the time, all of that. So I really enjoy that. And what I want to do is start reading those to you. I want to start with the first one that I wrote and go chronologically and read them. And so when you see story time coming up, you can either click on it if you want to hear something about my childhood, or just scroll on by, whatever floats your boat. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do one of those videos real soon, and that'll probably be the next thing that I upload. So gosh, I hope you guys are all well and dry, happy, and warm wherever you are, because this storm seems to be hitting the whole United States in one way or another. And so yeah, that's what I'm hoping for you. And I will talk to you later.